Hi, I'm Joanne Cary. Welcome to the Embodied Soul podcast, a multidimensional space intended to support you in mastering, living, being, and thriving as the embodied soul you came here to be. In this very first episode of Embodied Soul podcast, I'll be sharing a little bit about what this podcast is all about, why I decided to start it, and why I think it's so important right now, as well as why you're going to want to join me each week for these multi-dimensional conversations. If you are ready to join me, I invite you to pull up a comfy chair, invite in your soul, and be open to receive exactly what you need to master living, being, and thriving as the awakened soul during this incredible leap in consciousness. Let's get started. So this is a really recent idea for me, a little bit last minute, if you want to put it that way, but exactly what my soul is being called to bring forth for myself and for humanity right now. We are currently in the biggest shift of consciousness and evolution of a species that we've ever been on the planet. And since 2025 started, and even in the last few weeks, we have accelerated in energies even further. And what this is meaning and what you may be experiencing right now is a lot of shifting and changing in your life. You might be feeling physical effects of it. You might have lost your job. You might be splitting up. You might be starting new things, feeling really restless. That coupled with everything that's going on in the world. And what you may be aware of is that all of this is a natural progression of this evolution of consciousness, of us lifting and accelerating in frequency, where we're moving out of the density, we're moving out of the fear frequency in order to begin living and being in a new way. And this means that a lot of the structures, systems, beliefs, programs, behaviors that we have lived our whole lives with, we're being asked to reevaluate them, to reflect on them, and to implement and be open to new ways. So why did I actually start this? Why did I take the leap to do this? Because it's not something that I wanted to do. And frankly, it's actually something that after I had decided I was going to do it, I woke up in the next morning, found myself walking to the bathroom going, what am I doing? I don't want to start a podcast. I've got nothing to say. Nobody wants to hear what I would share. All the stuff that I have, people know it already. And then I caught it. All of the beliefs of that little part of me who just had bought into a lot of the stories. And even most recently, the things that people were trying to say, in order to, be in this event, in order to do these things, you need to very much do it in a certain way. And it felt so contracting. It felt so limiting. I felt my throat chakra clear off. I knew what I didn't want to share about, but I wasn't really sure what I did want to share about. But I certainly knew I was being asked. The guides literally came in and said, okay, Joanne, if you know what you don't want to talk about, what do you talk about? What would you share? And that really forced me to deal with the inner parts that were very much in the limited sense of what do I have to share, and really stepping forth into the worth and value that we have by being who we truly are and not listening to anybody outside of us in terms of what is beneficial or not. So as I started to sit down and reflect on my values and what I believe in the world, and I believe in a world where everyone and everything can thrive. And that's humanity, that's animals and plants and the ocean and the earth, everyone. We all get to thrive here, even if it doesn't look like it right now. And I thought, what do we need more of on this planet? And it's you. We need more of you, being you, 100% unapologetically you, in your authenticity, in your true voice, in your joy, in your fulfillment, living how you intended to live. not in some limited version, not in someone's expectation of who you should be, not in some fearful based state of worry and lack and scarcity. No, you, as the beautiful, divine, unique soul that you are, living fully embodied within your physical vessel, being you fully. And that lifts and shifts the whole planet. That lifts and shifts the collective humanity and the world. You are unique, unlike anybody else. And we are all a unique piece of this puzzle. We are all a unique thread of the tapestry of humanity. And you being you is what we need. All of us being our fullest expression without the limitations of fear that are keeping us feeling stuck, keeping us in procrastination, keeping us dimming our light. And so the intention for this podcast is for me to share what are the tools, the practical guidance, the energetics, the wisdom that I've integrated from my guides that have helped me create a life I absolutely love, while helping you accelerate your own soul mastery, helping you fully live, be, and thrive as an embodied soul right now. Because there's a lot. I have done a lot. I actually came into this world, which I'm really grateful for, with a very inquisitive, childlike mind, very curious and very optimistic, very joyful, I would suggest. And I've learned a lot through my life I consider myself a recovering perfectionist and control freak. I lived in very much a corporate environment in the third largest educational institution in Canada for a 20-year career, where I very much relied on my mental mind, planning it out, figuring it out, plotting it out, and having every step determined. And what I know right now in this podcast is a testament to this, is that that's not how things get to work any longer. We can try to hold to the ways things have been, but we're going to find it harder and harder, because a lot of what we have created or what we've learned has been done in a frequency of fear. It has been done in a limited lack, not enoughness, needing to fit in kind of a fear frequency. And what we're expanding up into right now is inviting more of our soul to integrate within the physical vessel, opening up more of our sensory capabilities in order for us to fully walk and live and be as an embodied soul, where we are transmitting out a frequency that is supporting the world in its lifting and shifting and changing. And if you are listening to these words right now, you are a light leader, you are a way shower, and you are needed right now in your fullest expression. And what I knew is that whatever I can do to support you in being the fullest version of you, that's what I want to share. And that's what we're going to do. So that is the why you should listen. Because this container is a multi-dimensional etheric lounge space. Let's consider it like that. And I'm going to ask you each week that you come here to invite in your soul self to sit with you in this conversation so that you can receive all of the codes, the energies, the insights, the information, the practical tools that you need for you to fully step forth as more soul embodied, so that you can be that brightest light to support not only yourself in living the life that you came here to live, but in supporting everyone you come in contact and the whole world as it goes through this incredible shift in consciousness. And I know that a number of people who will be listening to this have been on the path a long time and who've picked up a lot of tools on their way. And I would really invite you to come with an open heart, an open mind, and a childlike experience, a new eyes, for instance, And if I talk about a particular tool that has worked for me, and it's something that you've done in the past, I just invite you to be open to seeing it in a different way, to experiencing it in a different way. Because what I know, and I've said this before, others may have heard this, is that we're on a spiral of consciousness upward. And so you may have found a tool down here in your journey, and it may not have been that successful for you. It may not have really brought you the results that you were looking for. But now you're up here, you've accelerated. And it just might be the tool seen, applied, integrated at a different level of consciousness that might just be the thing that changes your life. Be open to seeing things in a new way, having a new perspective. And know that as I speak the words, as I talk about the topic of the week, your guides are working and they are gifting you with energy. So intend for your soul to be with you, your higher self, your guide team, whatever feels good to you. Intend to receive the insights on the human level, but also be open to receive the energetics, the codings, the activations, the releases that will also come through this multidimensional conversation. If you've enjoyed this first episode of Embodied Soul Podcast, please like it, share it, turn on notifications, subscribe to this channel or your favorite podcast. It really helps get the message out and the energy out to everyone who needs it at this incredible and critical juncture for humanity. I look forward to seeing you on next week's episode of Embodied Soul Podcast.